feels so good to just like slow down. For a while I've just been going, serving, working, doing, traveling, and the time to just like get my groove back has just been long overdue. You know, over the years, I've listened to so many patients share with me their health challenges, and the one thing that keeps coming up for me is the emotional experience that causes them so much pain, physical pain. Eastern medicine philosophy teaches us that all of our physical ailments come from an emotional disharmony or an acquired congenital disorder. And even though over the years I've experienced some like pretty emotional ups and downs, I never really felt like I couldn't handle them. And lately I've been questioning how. Even though over the years I've experienced some like pretty emotional ups and downs, I never really felt like I couldn't handle them. And lately I've been questioning how I've been able to do that. The funny thing is that you probably won't believe me when I tell you how I've managed, because like sometimes I can't even believe it myself. But to be honest, it's the liberation that comes from the essence of a plant, from plant-based nutrition and taking herbs. And I didn't really understand until I started paying more attention to the physics of chi and frequency and photomodulation therapy, which is light therapy using a cold, low level light laser. And also just like simply being still and aware and listening to the sound of my breath. So today I'm going to tell you about this essential oil called peppermint and how this oil works on an emotional level. So this oil, it just really brings joy to the heart and the soul. It lightens the heart, it brings buoyancy, it moves the body, mind, and spirit on a level that we just can't see, but we can definitely like feel and experience. It reminds us that life can be happy and that we don't have to be controlled by fear. And it lifts us out of our emotional issues for like that tiny little break that we need. And when we use peppermint, we might feel as though we're just kind of like gliding through life. I kind of visualize the sugar gliders that I watched on this show called Tiny World the other day. It's just like, Yeah, peppermint helps us stay on the surface of our emotional issues. It keeps us buoyant, like surfing. And surfing is like all about waiting and in being in the flow and observing the sets as they line up. I haven't paddled out in a while, so I can like totally relate to that moment and get like completely wrapped up in it. Yeah. But the power of peppermint oil, it can really be felt the most when we feel discouraged, or we're just kind of like in despair, when we're feeling like disheartened. So we can really use this tool to help us rediscover the joys of like being alive and feeling alive. But at the same time, we can also abuse this oil if we're using it to escape or to avoid dealing with emotional pain. And because that could really hinder our growth process, and it shouldn't be used in that way. So but what it does do is it just really helps us when we need that short breather, that short break, at times when we are in need of a moment of solitude, and so that way we can re-enter emotional waters. That's when we need it. See, we're not meant to like wade in the shallow waters forever. We're meant to accept our emotional experiences and embrace them, and allow our emotional pain to serve as a teacher. So this oil really helps us regain our strength that we need to face on an emotional reality, or in emotional reality. And so I really hope that this message resonates for you, and that the feeling of overwhelm starts to just feel lessened when you use this. So just breathe and meditate and just like get into that space of just slowing down. Just like get into that space of slowing down. We live in such a rajasic lifestyle, go, constantly, trying to achieve this and achieve that. And I mean, I'm like the first person who's going down that path. But being here and just like taking a deeper look and going inside and just breathing and just kind of like taking a second look, a third look at, you know, how I'm doing things, how I'm showing up in life, really makes a difference. And I can't tell you how much like using oils and how having a plant-based lifestyle has shifted so much energy and changed my perspective in life. So I hope this message inspires you, and thanks for listening.